and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we tough lie, cause you never know.
What's up, YouTube? It's Bootz back in this bitch to try and bring you some rules to winning a domination game. Preferably hardcore domination, but you could use this in domination as well. Go ahead and make fun of me if you want to for my live commentation. This is going to be live, so if I make mistakes, they're going to be on here. I'm not going to edit them out. So go ahead and laugh at them. I'm going to laugh at them too. I'm not going to redo this, so here it goes. Rule number 1, you got to play the objectives in domination. So I know that kind of sounds silly. Most people know this, but for some reason people don't always do it. You got to capture flags and you got to defend flags, and it's really important. Obviously, that's kind of the name of the game, is domination. So capping the flag is how you win the game. Many times people are worried about their KD, worried about dying and stuff. And I'm not saying it's not important to have a good KD, but it's not always necessary to have a good KD to win the game. I've won many games when my whole squad's negative, but we capped more flags and we attacked and defended more. So that's really how you win the game. It's not your KD that wins the game. Rule number 2, you got to understand the scoring. So I can't tell you how many times I've played with people that don't understand the scoring. They don't understand that you get points every second of the game. So every second of the game you get a point for how many flags you have. If you have 1 flag, you're going to get 1 point per second. If you have 2 flags, you're going to get 2 points per second. If you have 3 flags, you're going to get 3 points per second. So if you're losing a game 175 to 100, you're going to need to triple cap in order to come back. So if they're more than 2 times your score, so and that's 2 times away from the final score. So if it was 175, they're 25 points away from the final score. In order to double cap and win the game, you would need to be at 150, and that would tie the game. So if you were at 151 and the other team was at 175, you could double cap and win the game. If you were at 149 and they were at 175, you would need to triple cap in order to win the game. And that's because they're 25 points away from 200. And you were 51 points away from 200. So if they times that by 2, you're going to get 50 to 51, right? Rule number 3, you have to help your teammates out. And there's a number of ways you can do this. You can either push up when someone's capping the flag, or you can jump on the flag. So if your team's all trying to get a certain flag, you either want to push up and make sure that the attackers aren't going to be able to reach your person that's on the flag, or you'll want to hop on that flag with them, throw up a dome shield, throw up trophy system, or watch different ways that they're watching. And that's kind of a key point too, is many times people will jump on a flag and everyone's looking at the same lane. And that's kind of my next point here is number 4, you have to lock down lanes. That's a term that I get from my boy Grim Wolf there. So shout out to you, USO Grim Wolf. Check his YouTube channel out. But you have to lock down lanes. This map, sorry for all my ums, guys. This map, you're going to need 2 people on each lane. There's 3 lanes on this map. So that's cliffside, sub-building, and the center lane there. So preferably you want everybody close to B. And there's definitely exceptions to that. Sometimes you'd want A and C instead of B, but you want guys close to that flag that the other team is pressing. Number 5 is you never give up on a game. A lot of people don't understand that you can never actually lose the game from the first round. Unless it's 0 to 100, you could still even tie the game. So if you go back to that scoring method I had earlier, if you double cap for the entire game, you're still going to be losing. So you would have to actually triple cap the entire game in order to tie that game. So you can't really win that game, but you could tie that game if you're down 100 to 0. If you're down 100 to 1, you could actually come back and win if you triple cap the entire game. So never really give up. And that kind of goes on to my next point here, which is number 6, never leave the game. I can't tell you how important that is. I can't tell you that's probably my biggest pet peeve is when somebody leaves the game. I'm playing with either all my friends or randoms and someone backs out, right? I know everyone's probably been in that situation. Domination is really important to have equal numbers on teams. So if you're a 5 squad playing against a 6 squad, you got to go into that really trying hard. You got to be a super try hard. You got to lock down lanes. You got to watch that center flag that people are pushing, because you're just outnumbered, right? So they have a free man to kind of do whatever they want, which could be killing people or hopping on flags, but it's going to make that game really tough to win. Number 7 here. When it comes down to crunch time, if you're losing the game, capture a damn flag. I can't tell you how many times I've seen teammates, randoms, or my squad sitting in a corner worried about their KD rather than capturing a flag. So your teammates don't want to see that. It's going to piss them off. They're not going to like you when you're sitting in a corner not capturing the flag, losing the game. So some people don't like winning the game. Some people worry about their KD. If they're like that, try and stay away from them, right? Because they're not going to win the games. And in order to win the games, you really got to be capturing flags. Number 8. Have a class with dome shields, have a class with blast shields, and have a class with trophy systems. So it's really important to have these presets. There's various reasons for that, and I'll kind of go through each one of them. So you want dome shields in order to protect you when you're capturing a flag. So they obviously defend against grenades, they defend against rockets, they defend against bullets. They can also defend against other things like the score streaks and shit. So have a class with dome shields on there. And if you don't have a class, try and make sure that somebody on your team has a class with dome shields. And you don't always have to run them. Run them when you're trying to get a flag, right? And that kind of goes across the board for all of these right here in number 8. So have a class with blast shield. And I don't always run blast shield. I probably rarely run blast shield, but I will put it on when I'm playing a team that loves to throw grenades, or loves to shoot rockets, or loves to shoot noob tubes, because they can defend against that. They also defend against C4s, but the one thing you kind of got to watch out for is plasma grenades, and those kind of why you need to run the dome shield or trophy system sometimes. So it leads me on to my next point. Have a class with trophy systems. And trophy systems are really important because when you play against teams that run C4 or run those dome shields like I was talking about, it will actually combat those. So they won't be able to lay those down, and it'll help you out when you're going onto the flag. You don't have to double check. You can just throw a trophy system down, it'll destroy all that, and you can capture the flag. Number 9. You got to play with a team. And this kind of goes on with having the numbers, but playing with a team helps, and it helps because you're able to communicate to your teammates. So you can say like, hey, we're all going to B, or hey, we're all going to A, whatever it may be. You got to make a push as a team, right? You can't do it independently. If you try and go to flags independently, you're probably going to get picked off. I've gotten kind of good at it doing it independently, but doing it with a team definitely helps out a lot. And communication helps out a lot. So if you're not even playing with people that you know, having a mic is really important in Domination. So just being able to talk to your teammates, make a concerted effort on where you're going or what you're going to do, what your game plan is, can really help a team out, and it'll really help you win games in the end. Number 10, and this is probably the most important rule. I wouldn't say it's the most important, but I probably should have put it lower on the list, so you guys probably listen. Most people probably aren't listening by now, but number 10 is never triple cap unless you absolutely need to, and don't push spawns. So when I say that, you can see on our team here, we've got a team that likes to push up and spawn trap, right? So that'll help out. That's a good way to win. It's a good way to lock down a team. But you can't push too far. And if you are going to push into the other team's spawn, at least let your teammates know that you're going to do it. You don't want to flip spawns unless there's an advantage to having that spawn flag where your team understands that that's what you're doing. So make a combined effort if you're going to flip a spawn. Tell your teammates what's going to happen. So make sure you let your teammates know what's up if that's what's going to happen. If you play like we do and you're trying to get deatomizer strikes, you definitely are going to be pissed off when someone comes up behind you and hits you in the head. So it's really important not to triple cap. So what happens when people triple cap, if you didn't know, or when people push spawns, is it'll flip the spawn. They're going to spawn on your other spawn flag, probably take it because most of the time no one's watching that first spawn flag. And many times it actually will lead you to getting triple cap, because what happens is it spreads your team out to a point where you can't actually defend the flag. So you'll lose that initial spawn flag. You won't get the flag that you push because there's probably somebody there camping it, and then you might end up losing B because you're going to get stuck capturing that spawn flag that you pushed with your whole teammates, rather than like them staying at B and watching B. Lastly, if you absolutely cannot win a game, there's no other way to do it, you gotta have somebody that can drop a deatomizer strike. So it's not always possible. Not everybody can drop deatomizer strikes. I understand that. I haven't dropped that many myself, but kind of a shout out here to my boy USO Grimwolf. He loves to drop deatomizer strikes. He's won a couple of games with us like that, dropping deatomizer strikes. It gives your team the ability to kind of pick which flags you want and really hold the game down. And not only that, but it rattles the other team. And that's kind of the last point I wanted to make, is if you can't win the game, sometimes you just got to rattle the other team, right? Punch them in the mouth. Show them that you can kill them. Show them that you're better than them. Just scare the other team into camping, because many times if you go out there, first play of the game, punch them in the mouth, make sure that they're scared, they're going to kind of stay back, and they're not going to want to cap flags as much, because a lot of people who are playing Domination are worried about their KD. So follow these rules, you'll probably be able to win a game of Domination. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you like. Try these things out. Leave a comment and tell me how I can make my channel better and make my videos better. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Keep watching the videos. I'll keep putting them out there. I'd love to hear some feedback. If you guys could tell me how I can make my videos better, it'd be greatly appreciated. But keep it real.